Hey friends, you're going to be glad you clicked on this video because I am going to show you the proper way to do a curtsy lunge with and without weights so that you can maximize your workout and minimize your risk for injury. Plus, I'm going to show you some common mistakes that might cause injury that I see people often make, and I'll show you some nice modifications that you can make for your curtsy lunge, as well as some progressions so you can spice it up. My name is Kat Calm. I am with StudioSweat onDemand, and I have a lovely model with me today. Everyone, this is Asta, and she is going to be demonstrating the modifications and progressions for the curtsy lunge, just like we talked about. All right, now let's dive into this. How to properly do a curtsy lunge. Asta, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, now the difference between a curtsy lunge and a regular reverse lunge is with a regular reverse lunge, you're kind of stepping straight back, right? But with a curtsy lunge, as you'll see Asta do here, you're actually gonna swing that back leg cross body and get nice and low towards the ground. So you can see here she's doing an alternating curtsy lunge. Another one of my favorite ways to do a curtsy lunge is to do a repeater where you're stepping that left leg, in this case, back over and over, maybe for like 10 to 12 reps. Now this is body weight only for this. This is plenty difficult for enough people. And so you do about 10 to 12 reps on one side, and then you'd switch to the other side and do another 10 to 12 reps perhaps. Okay, now let's talk about what muscle groups you're working here as compared to a regular reverse lunge. So with a regular reverse lunge, the primary muscle group that you're using is your gluteus maximus. You know, when you do your glute bridges and everything like that, that's that larger butt muscle, right? But the thing I love about the curtsy lunge is the primary muscle that it targets is your gluteus medius, which is that muscle that's kind of on the side of your bum. And it can even give you that really nice indent that makes you look super toned. So again, with a curtsy lunge, you're really targeting some of those smaller muscle groups in the glutes. Now let's talk about a couple of common mistakes that I see. One of those common mistakes is people will have their feet in the wrong position. So if you looked at how Asta had it, this is her foot that's gonna be planted, right? Those toes are gonna be pointed forward. When she steps around, look how she's on the ball of her foot. Really, really common mistake is people will try to plant that heel down, and it can cause a hyperextension of your joints. So you definitely don't want that. So make sure you stay on the ball of the foot as you're stepping around, and that those toes on the planted foot are facing forward. Asta, thank you so much for joining me. You guys, thank you for joining us as well. Please subscribe to our channel and hang on if you want to learn a little bit more about how you can advance the curtsy lunge to spice it up, and even some modifications that might make the curtsy lunge something that you can do even when you think maybe it's not the right exercise for you. Might be.
Get even more StudioSweat on demand with our 7-day free trial. We've got a huge library of live and on-demand workout videos, all filmed in our studio and featuring real people just like you. Download our app today.
All right, now let's talk about some ways that you can advance your curtsy lunge, how to spice it up. Number one, add some weights. You can see Asta here has dumbbells, and she can just hold them at her side and do her alternating side curtsy lunge. The size weights that you choose is completely up to you. If you're only gonna do 7 or 8 reps, maybe you go with heavier weights. If you are going more like 15 to 20 reps, maybe you grab a lighter set of dumbbells. Another option is to just use one dumbbell or even a kettlebell if that's what you have at home. If you're doing that, you're actually going to hold that the bell, we'll just say the bell, at your chest, and then you can perform the exact same exercise. Asta, go ahead and set that down. One of the things I want to show you now is a modification for the curtsy lunge that is great for people that have any knee issues. If you have knee issues, it's not that you have to avoid this altogether. First, try this modification. I'm going to demo this one, okay, Asta? Okay, so for the modification that I'm talking about here is, if you saw Asta, and as we talked about in the beginning, she does this nice curtsy lunge where both her knees are basically coming down to a 90-degree angle. But you do have the option to take a bigger step back, and then see how I have less bend in that knee than I did with a traditional curtsy lunge. So you're just taking a bigger step back, and I found with my training clients that have any knee issues, that's a great modification for them. Just taking that bigger step back allows them to do this wonderful exercise. All right, so if you have any questions on the curtsy lunge, please drop them below. If you'd like to do a lot of curtsy lunges with us, you can subscribe to our YouTube Sweat Junkie membership. And if you want even more workouts from us, StudioSweat on Demand, download our app. today. There's 1,000+ workouts in there, lots of which have tons of curtsy lunges, working that gluteus medius. Subscribe to our channel, become a member, let's get it done.